Hello and welcome back to Shelf Center. This is Bryce. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for liking and subscribing. If this is something you end up enjoying. You never know, it could happen. Anyway, today I've got you a book haul. It's been adding up and I realized I better get this filmed and done before the Christmas book haul comes because I'm sure it's coming. Maybe not. Maybe it won't be. It definitely won't be nearly as crazy as this because there was an Audible sale and I went a little bit crazy because I can't help myself. But let's start out with the Kindle books. First thing I got was The Bloodstones by Tori Tekken. This is a YouTuber. Just love her channel. And I just love seeing all the support for, and again, a fellow booktuber writing, and it's just fun to see these like people get published. I'm always rooting for them. Always going to be the first in line. Well, in line to buy their books, and just happy to do so because, man, I just support that so much, and it's such a fun thing to do. Again, and just I wish all the best to Tori that this just takes off. And again, this is her second book, I think, at least that I know of, that I own. So very exciting. Next are two review copies that I received from the authors, so I really appreciate that very much. First is City in the Dragon's Eye by Jordan Loyal Short. I think the cover is just spot on. It's really good, really professional. I'm loving the dragon. Anyway, so it's really cool. Looks intriguing, definitely. City in the Dragon's Eye already. I mean, that's just the title alone tells me all kinds of things that I want to find out, some mysteries there. So very exciting. And again, congrats on publishing that, Jordan. Then we've got Dawn of the Black Sun by Timo Burnham. Again, another good cover. I really like this cover. A lot just like old action movie. I kind of like that, sticks out to me at least, and I just think it looks so cool. So anyway, look, both of them are getting me and really making me want to read them ASAP. So anyway, now you know about them if you hadn't heard about them before. Check them out. All right, next, jumping into Audible. Like I said, I went a little crazy. It was like 80% off. I mean, what am I going to do when there's an audiobook that I've been wanting that's like $2, $3, $4? I mean, I'm going to get it, of course. Like, I'm like not insane, right? Like, that would be crazy to pass that up. So yeah, I went a little insane. Speaking of which, I did complete some series, got some things going. I'm excited for what I have to read. And then what do? I immediately am only listening to books on my library app. I think I have enough books on Audible, let's be honest, especially after this, because I cannot keep up right now. But anyway, Andrew Rowe has been an author that I absolutely love. I was talking with BellTube. Check out his YouTube channel, by the way. But he had mentioned that there's the prequel series to the Arcane Ascension series, which I already love. I'm like 3 or 4 books in. Is even better potentially, and so I kind of just went and completed the series. So I got Stealing Sorcery, The War of the Broken Mirrors, book 2, and then Defying Destiny, The War of Broken Mirrors, number 3, all read by Nick Podale, who's just one of my favorite audiobook narrators. Absolutely great. So very much looking forward to those. Then I've been slowly reading through the Elric saga, so I grabbed a couple of these. Again, we're talking like 2 or 3 books per book that they're selling, and so it'll make sense anyway in a sec. But Moorcock, so Michael Moorcock, got a couple. Elric, again, getting down the line there. But Stormbringer, that's the Elric Saga Volume 2, because again, the first I think collected 3 books, and then this one has either 2 or 3 more, so I'm very excited. It looks like hours-wise, it's quite a bit more. I love the covers of these books. These are ones that I also want to buy the hardcovers because these are beautiful covers. Also grabbed The White Wolf, which is volume 3. This one actually mentions that this one actually does have 3. I definitely can confirm it has 3 books, and very much excited for that. I love Elric. Elric is so good. I'm a little, one of the things that makes me not want to read Moorcock is what he's had to say about Tolkien, but I put that aside because his writing is also awesome, and Elric is just amazing sword and sorcery, just crazy action, with some characterization along the way, but mostly just characters that are one and done. You get some characterization on Elric himself, but that's about it. But they're fun. This is just a fun level of a fun time in books. And I like sometimes when books kind of harken back to that, because sometimes that's just what you need, is just some good old-fashioned action, move on, that scratch that itch, and then we're good. All right, then I went a little crazy sci-fi wise with Alastair Reynolds. Alastair Reynolds is one of my favorite science fiction authors, so I grabbed a number of books from him, some in the Revelation space, some just actually Revelation space because I didn't actually have it. I read those in the physical book, but I'm like, well, might as well also have the audiobook. So I've got Revelation space, Chasm City, both I've already read, but now I have them in audio if I ever wanted to read them again. I love rereading on audiobook because that's just, it's a great way to reread a book. Then I got The Prefect, Terminal World, Century Reign, House of Suns, Galactic North, so you can tell a couple of the novella collections, Slow Bullets, which actually is, I think, its own just novella. And that was it for Alastair Reynolds. I'm very excited. I got so much Alastair Reynolds, so I have so much to go there. Then I've been really needing to catch up on my Mark Lawrence. I love the Broken Empire trilogy. I read Prince of Fools, and then I sat on the rest of that trilogy, the Red Queen's War, for some time, and so now I was like, well, I better get that one again. So I got Prince of Fools, book 1, and the Red Queen's War. I already have the other 2, so now I can at least reread, get back into those. I would like to, I'm hoping to get to those next year because I'm trying to catch up. I already owned Red Sister, and so then I grabbed Gray Sister and Holy Sister. I've heard nothing but great things about that trilogy, so I'm very excited for some warrior ninja nuns. Might as well, right? And then speaking of the Broken Empire series, Prince of Thorns was $2, so like, again, what am I supposed to do with that? I got it. Then now that I have officially become a fan of Robert McCammon with I love Swan Song, I enjoyed the 5. And so I just went kind of all in on some of his books. So I already had a couple of these, but the Matthew Corbett, I've only heard great things about this series. But I grabbed book 2, The Queen of Bedlam, book 3, Mr. Slaughter, and then book 5, The River of Souls. Figure when I get to it, I'll get to it on book 4. But that one was a little more expensive than the rest for some reason. So I kind of held off. I was like, well, I guess I could just use a credit when I need it. There's method to my madness to a degree, I think. Maybe. I don't know. It all makes sense in my head. Okay, that's what matters. All right, then I grabbed, this was one I was like, well, I now have the latter books in the Pierce Brown Red Rising series, so the new series. I've got the 3 books, and there's supposed to be a 4th one coming. Then I was like, well, the first books are there, and so I grabbed Red Rising, Golden Sun, and then Morning Star, because what if I want to reread them? Maybe that'll happen. It's an absolutely blast of a series. I love the series. I've already read it, and it was really good, so might as well just reread it because I have all the time in the world to just reread everything and not even ever get to the new things. What is my problem? All right, then I grabbed Wandering In, book 2, Fae and Fair by Pirate Abba. This is one that my problem is that I never read the first one, but it's like, it was very inexpensive, and it's 61 hours of audiobook. I mean, it's like, what is that, like, 3 cents a minute or something? I don't know, something ridiculously low. So, again, I'm only human. All right, then I kind of went all in on Michael J. Sullivan because favorite author again. He's up there on my tops list, and might as well get his Legends series. I think that's the name of it, but I grabbed Age of Myth, book 1, Age of Swords, book 2, Age of War, book 3, Age of Legend, book 4, Age of Death, book 5, and Age of Empire, book 6. So I'm actually thinking, especially with that series, I may make that a priority this next year, but again, we'll see. I'm trying to work out my TBR for next year, and I'm trying to pull back and not just add more, but like pull back leave myself some space, because I know I inevitably will jump onto some kind of buddy read or read with somebody, because it's just so much more fun to read that way. That's like half of the reason why I got onto BookTube in the first place. And then finally with Michael J. Sullivan, I grabbed The Rose and the Thorn. It's the Rhaenyra Chronicles #2 is actually the last that I needed. I read the first, The Crown Tower, is that what it is? I forget, maybe I have that wrong, but I read the first book of the Rhaenyra Chronicles ages ago, so now I have all of the books that are there in my Audible account already ready and raring to go. We're going back to science fiction. I grabbed some John Scalzi. I've always been a fan. Old Man's War is just a blast. It's a lot of fun to read, and so I grabbed The Last Emperox. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. The Interdependency, book 3. I think it's the conclusion to that trilogy. I already had the first 2 books. Now I have the third, and I still haven't read any of them. Then I grabbed Lock In and Head On, because again, might as well. And then I grabbed the Kaiju Preservation Society, which is a relatively new one, although not as newest one, which is I think Starter Villain or something. That was not on a deal. So, and then finally I grabbed Agent to the Stars, which I believe is Scalzi's first book that he had published, and it was the first one where he's just started publishing it first on his own blog, and then it was picked up by a publisher, because that was like his way of going, can I even write? I don't know, let's test it out. Kind of a cool story, and so it's cool to see, and anyway, figured I'd grab that one. Then while I was there, I've heard just so much about Ryan Cahill. I own a number of these books as ebooks, so now I own Of Blood and Fire on audiobook. Might as well. All right, we're almost there. Man, this is so many audiobooks that I got. Then I grabbed Blind Sight by Peter Watts. I heard nothing but great things from a lot of good booktubers, sci-fi booktubers. And also Frank Herbert's Whipping Star. Grabbed that one. I already had I think there's a sequel to that I already have. And Editing Bryce knows about it. I don't know. And then finally on this Audible sale, because this is all the Audible sale, I grabbed Robert Jackson Bennett's full series, The City of Stairs, City of Blades, City of Miracles. I already read City of Stairs. It's great. Just need to finish up that trilogy, so I'm excited to do that. Robert Jackson Bennett is a favorite author. He's an absolute go-to. I think I already have them on Kindle, but just, one more reason to have them. I need to really get a whole hardback collection of Robert Jackson Bennett, just because he's such a favorite of mine. And then this was actually a kind of a giveaway winner, I guess, but Fanfi Addict just kind of announced it on Twitter, said, hey, go to our blog. And I got Down Below Beyond by T.A. Bruno. So I love the cover. I think it's so cool. And I've only heard great things from people I trust, like Andrew's Wizardly Reads, telling me great things about T.A. Bruno. So very much looking forward to that. All right, that is the extent of my Audible purchases, if you can believe it, for now. For this solitary moment, that's the extent. I have a problem. I get it. All right, now on to the physical books. I did actually get a couple of these, not nearly as many as the audiobooks, right? First of all, the manga. I just happened, anyway, to see these. I couldn't resist. So first things first, there's the Rick and Morty, the manga. Rick and Morty, the manga. Who knows? I'm a fan, as you guys may or may not know, of the show. It's a little weird to read a manga the forward reading way. I need you to put this the normal way, right? It's a manga. Then here's some books I purchased that I already have the books, or had them at one point. Couldn't find one of these. So anyway, first things first, Good Omens. I just needed, in going through my top 100, this is one that I read ages ago. A used book, great price, perfect edition of a paperback, and just in case I want to do a reread, it's such a good book. It's so much fun. It's so hilarious, and why I really need to watch the show, because I only heard good things about it. But I love Terry Pratchett. I love Neil Gaiman. And their powers combined makes for great things. Then I already have the Arcane Ascension book that it collects this, but these little hardbacks are just so much fun. They're just this little, and they're honestly, for a hardback, it's like $10. And so it's actually a decent price, I think. I mean, just when you go through there and you see For a trade paperback, we're talking minimum 18 to 20 bucks. For a hardback of a short novella for the Murderbot Diaries is like 24 bucks. So to see just like a hardback that's 10 bucks. And a book that I enjoyed. It's not my favorite of the Stormlight, but it's enjoyable and it's Edge Dancer. So anyway, that's a fun one. And finally, I found some cool, I don't know if they're like too special or anything, but they came in these nice covers, so I haven't taken them out. I figure one day I might actually read them. So I will have to take them out. So there's like a weird conundrum going on in my life right now, but I guess I don't need to until I need to. So I'll stick with that, okay? So first things first is Ray Bradbury. It's Dinosaur Tales, the world's greatest living science fiction writer. New and classic tales of history's most miraculous monsters. This is the first mass market edition, so I guess maybe that's why it got a fun cover. I couldn't resist. I don't know if that's even coming into focus. The other one in a nice whatever thing, I grabbed The Stainless Steel Rat by Harry Harrison. Again, classic sci-fi, but you know, it says it's 40 cents. Man, if only, right? But tells me at least that this is semi-old, and sometimes that's fun. Probably not gonna like make me any money, but I'm not here for that. It was a good price, and it's, you know, the Stainless Steel Rat is a classic. So anyway, that is my book haul. Finally, that got through everything. Miracle of miracles. Thanks for bearing with me if you're still here. Thanks for liking and subscribing. We'll catch you later. Bye.